Hello, everybody, and welcome. You are, in fact, watching Stim TV. This is the show match for the week. We've got EGiNcontroL spawning as the red Protoss, facing off against formerly known as Six Jacks Major, now known as Gossel Terran. Tomorrow may be known as something else if he sticks to his traditions. I'm Tumba, co-cast with me for the evening, Simpatico, 2-1 man. Pretty amazing.
I'm feeling good, man.
Me too.
I was a little bit worried that it was going to be a sweep. And like I was saying before the intro, unfortunately, no, Terran. There is not. Oh, there is actually. Get yourself in 6 channels. You have a max of 6 channels. Okay, so EGiNcontroL.
He's going to pause. Terran's going to pause and actually
join 6 channels.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of people don't realize this, but I actually helped out Six Jacks Terran a little bit. Preparing for MLG Columbus, I think it was.
Really?
Yes, it did.
Explain.
Well, he had a problem with his account to watch NASL videos, so I let him borrow mine.
So you helped him prepare?
Yeah, sure. Well, hey, he didn't have access to the VODs, right? I got him some access to the VODs. That's helping.
Yeah, all right. That's cool.
Works.
So here in MLG Shattered Temple, really interested to see if Terran is once again going to do something really greedy. I mean, this isn't the smallest map around, but it's not that big. So he could be susceptible to a really strong one-base timing attack, or maybe, just maybe, he is getting that 13 gas, so maybe he's going to be going for a 1-1-1 himself. That'd be interesting to see. We have not seen that just yet. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he does.
Yeah, it's really, again, a situational build where you need very close rush distance. This map wouldn't be terrible. It could definitely work.
No,
for
I
sure.
mean, even cross positions is not that far. I mean, on MLG Shattered Temple, which is what we are playing on, of course, you cannot spawn close positions, so that does help with that issue. And gonna go for the gas deal because, again, not the biggest map. EGiNcontroL is like, you know what? This is absolutely worth a little bit of investment to delay those tanks and banshees, and a tech lab going down on this rack. So Terran has a few options to him. He could be doing a Reaper expand again. Maybe doing maybe a bit of a 2 racks pressure. Get that first. Oh no, and there it is. Gonna be getting that Reaper out. And those Reaper expands are always a little bit finicky because that Reaper is so easy to lose, especially against a Stalker.
To be honest, I feel they work much better versus Zerg. Of course, DDE loves one of his many openings versus Zerg, that Reaper expand. Does so well with it. Is able to split them up in the main and really wreak havoc on the Zerg. But, you know, I got to be a little bit concerned right now for EGiNcontroL, simply in the fact that I feel like Terran has gotten the first 2 games out of the way. He's gotten the loss out of the way, and he looked so solid in that last game.
You said it, man. He looked so solid in that last game. Just denying push after push after harass. His multitasking was unbelievable. So, yeah, I kind of feel like he found his groove a little bit. You know, found his rhythm.
Stella got his
and
groove
now he's
back.
running with a little bit. Stella got his groove. That was a great movie.
If you say so. So, Factory coming down now.
Is it actually a movie? I have no idea what you're talking about. So it actually was a movie?
I guess. Command Center almost completed. And we could see Factory, Barracks. I wonder if he's going to go ahead and build a starport. Just wondering. That Reaper just doing work on the Assimilator. Of course, Assimilator, the hardest of all the refining buildings to kill. It's got the most health.
It's the weirdest little balance things. But you know what? Props to Blizzard. I mean, considering how many different units and races there are in this game, to have an almost within like a 3 or so % differential in win percentages, like that is pretty damn impressive. Not to say that we shouldn't keep, you know, bugging them and nitpicking.
Yeah, I mean everything seems to be balanced. Let's think about this for a second. Let's go back to MLG. What was it?
Terran. Yes.
Columbus.
Terran.
Code
yes,
A,
yes,
Terran versus Terran. Code S, Terran versus Code S. Actually, is going to be. There is one Zerg. We have a chance in Code S.
Fly Zerg pretty good, man.
Yeah,
sorry
absolutely.
if that spoiled anything for you guys, but
no, not at this point.
it's been a while,
yeah.
so
So Reaper is going to get denied, actually.
Actually, Terran's just playing super safe right now. Had that a bunker up on the high ground, bunker now on the low ground. Feeling nice and safe right now. In control, going to be reaping the rewards of this fast expansion right now as well. Pumping out an observer, start to see what's going on in Terran's base, starts to need to make critical decisions, because one thing we have not yet seen out of Terran, and he does have pumping. The production tab up, please, Tumba, if you could.
Pork chop sandwiches.
Pork chop sandwiches.
They're
it's an inside joke for all of you old SimTV or AC Weekly fans.
Well, you know, we can include everybody. In case it's ever forgotten, just mention that in chat. Anything food-related will actually remind me to put up. You'll start seeing all kind of stuff come up. We'll have like stuff like units killed, workers killed, that stuff flies up. Just mention food. Yeah. It tends to happen every time. You know, it's not often I root for a Terran versus a Protoss. But, you know, I got to cast TLO versus Trickster from MLG Anaheim. It's up on MLG TV. Check that series out. TLO, man, I'll tell you what. I think the risks are better. I think no carpal tunnel holding them down in that match. Was using nukes against a Korean man.
Nerd boss, man.
Again, he beat a Korean. That's an accomplishment these days.
That is an accomplishment.
But yeah, TLO obviously plays his own brand of Terran. 60X Major's one way too. I mean, he's so effective with anything that he wants to roll out with, and take nothing away from EGiNcontroL, of course, showing that putting in some work and it's paying off.
Yeah, it absolutely is paying off. I mean, he has looked super solid in these past couple of games. Even in that last one, that was kind of on a razor's edge for a lot of the game. So, you know, I really feel like both these guys are really starting to, their skill level is starting to increase. I mean, EGiNcontroL has commented a little bit, you know, negatively about his play on Twitter and stuff. So maybe his confidence a little bit down, but you could not have told in game number 1 and 2 there, just really, really strong and confident looking play. And mixing it up too, you know, not being too one-dimensional at all. Definitely switching things up, being unpredictable as much as possible, because that of course is super important in the best of 7, especially. And now gonna rely on that old good staple, the Colossus. Hey, Tumba, why did the Colossus fall over?
I don't know why.
Because it was imbalanced. That is such an old joke, and it's probably no longer funny.
Nor relevant. But as we see that, you know what I call them? I call them useless against Zerg, because I get neuroparasited, and all of a sudden all my great Colossus are killing my own units, and I'm like, why? Why? Yeah. Why? That's why I don't build them anymore. I hallucinate them. And then hope they quit. I just hallucinate whole armies now and move over, and they're like, oh, GG. It works. It really works. But yeah, EGiNcontroL now, getting ready to take his third. 3-base Protoss, very hard to deal with for anybody. But, oh my gosh, we've got Ravens, tanks, Marines, Combat Shield, and some SEVs on the way. This is a 1-1-1 attack.
This is not...
A little later.
This is kind of a 1-1-1 attack. I mean, this was a Reaper expand into a traditional-looking 1-1-1 push, and he's got tanks, Banshees, Ravens, and a ton of Marines.
Here's the scary part about this. This resembles a 1-1-1, but it's off 2-base.
Yes,
so this is not an all-in. But look at this! Force field's going down, Guardian Shield pop, Colossus out on the field, of course. That little Protoss Death Ball doing its best to stay away from the splash damage of the tank. Of course, people just finding out Guardian Shield actually does not work against siege tanks currently, so that's going to be fixed in the next patch, we know.
This is going to be so hard for EGiNcontroL to deal with. He is being really patient with these tanks, unsieging only 3 at a time, and now he's going to try and catch it, unsiege a little bit. Second Colossus is out. He's melting away a lot of bio, but these tanks are starting to shell everything of EGiNcontroL right now. He needs to be super careful. He needs to be able to just poke and prod at this bio. It's been worn down considerably, but Terran being just so responsible.
But he's going to be able to stream in. He's got the economy to stream in reinforcements. And if you check the minimap, you can see he's just going to constantly stream reinforcements into there. The real problem here, when he needs to break, is he needs to break that tank line. And to be honest, the Banshee in the mix, this is going to be very, very difficult. He's going to need great control here.
Even if he can... I mean, the problem here is the contain. The fact that he's contained on 2 bases right now. Terran is getting his third up right now. Rocks are broken at the into his blue third up on that, what used to be an island on Lost Temple. And now tanks are going to be able to start shelling on the high ground if units try and come down that ramp. So all Warpins are going to have to come down on the low ground right now, unless he... I don't know what he's going to be able to do to break out of this.
Essentially, he needs Immortals. He's going to need Immortals to do this, and that's clutch. And one thing I know KiwiKaki likes to do is you load up a Warp Prism and actually drop them right on the siege tanks.
Oh no, losing 2 sentries there to siege tank shots. EGiNcontroL is in an awful position right now. He's actually just going to push
he gets
right
the Immortal out,
with
though.
That Immortal. Will he be able
Second
to
one
break
coming
this?
down now.
Just losing so much, though. All this Colossus going down to Viking fire. He is going to be able to break this, though. Oh my god, EGiNcontroL, how has he done it? All of the tanks are now down.
Hardened shields.
Terran is going to have to pull back.
Look at the Immortals. Nothing. Didn't even dent them. Point to French drone comes down. That's one of the coolest things in the game. I love the point to French drone. Makes cool noises. Is gonna now. Here's the thing. You have to be careful as Protoss not to overextend. You don't want to chase him all the way home and then get caught with a bunch of reinforcements. That went great for Terran though, because he was able to get his third. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, he's building a command. Yes, actually building a 4th command center now as well. So Maynarding probes over. He's in a really, really good spot, but EGiNcontroL avoiding near disaster there.
Yeah, that was so close. He pushed out at just the right moment to break that. With those bunkers going down, that fortification was just going to increase. He had to push out, and he did it with 1 Immortal to start out with, and then more came out. He's got 4 on the map right now. Going to be taking his gold. He's going to be maybe even double expanding here to try and get back in this game. Terran does have his 3rd running as well and starting to break down the rocks for his gold here. So
double Robo.
Definitely going to be playing catch up all across the sky.
Double Robo all across the sky. I didn't say rainbow. I said Robo. And yes, in fact, has quite a few Immortals out. So the question is really, EGiNcontroL, where do you go from here? This is where I think it's one of EGiNcontrol's weak for everything that he does well. Getting into the late game, I feel like he makes sometimes some composition errors. And don't see him use High Templar a lot, actually, to be quite honest.